Twitter, Facebook, and the news again. Straight. Twitter, Facebook, we already know TikTok, all suppress stories about Hunter Biden. They also suppress stories about the safety of the coronavirus vaccine. You know, the fact that you suppressing information and it comes out to be true, that's a problem, and that's a real problem for democracy. You know, you guys like to say that word, but the fact that you think you can just, you know, silence whatever you don't agree with at the current time that comes out to be true, you should be held accountable for that. We should be able to sue you. Reboot. I hope Section 230 is overturned and we have the ability to sue, because I think you guys are the reason that this harm has come to this nation. If, you know, people knew more about the vaccine instead of listening to what you guys were posting everywhere, some people would still be alive today. Yeah, some people died from that. CDC came out and admitted that their whole protocol based on the science was bullshit. But you know who's responsible? Who kept pushing that misinformation? Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Everybody had a little tag on anything you post about the vaccine. You guys are liable. 100% liable. And the government too, but that's neither here nor there, because, you know, they're controlled by the government. It's obvious. I mean, Zuckerberg just admitted it.
You know, one more thing. If you are taking orders from the government, you are now having to follow the Constitution. There should not be a free pass on this. Just saying. Just saying.
And to a lesser extent, Facebook crossed a threshold that is fundamental in our country. 2 weeks ago, Twitter made the unilateral decision to censor the New York Post in a series of 2 blockbuster articles, both alleging evidence of corruption against Joe Biden, the first concerning Ukraine, the second concerning communist China. And Twitter made the decision, number one, to prevent users, any user, from sharing those stories. And number two, you went even further and blocked the New York Post from sharing on Twitter its own reporting. Why did Twitter make the decision to censor the New York Post?
We had a hack materials policy that we...
When was that policy adopted?
In 2018, I believe.
In 2018, go ahead. What was the policy?
So the policy is around limiting the spread of materials that are hacked. We didn't want Twitter to be a distributor for hack materials. We found that the New York Post, because it showed the direct materials, screenshots of the direct materials, and it was unclear how those were attained, that it fell under this policy.
The FBI, I think, basically came to us, some folks on our team, and was like, hey, just so you know, like, you should be on high alert. We thought that there was a lot of Russian propaganda in the 2016 election. We have it on notice that basically there's about to be some kind of dump of that's similar to that. So just be vigilant. I think it was 5 or 7 days when it was basically being determined whether it was false. The distribution on Facebook was decreased, but people were still allowed to share it. So you could still share it, you could still consume it.